Good evening, viewers. Thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now. This is India Upfront and I'm Heena Gambhir. The Bihar Assembly polls clock is ticking and the vote Chori charge ecosystem, or the opponents of Special Intensive Revision or the S.I.R in the state today, faced a major setback. It failed to get judicial relief. It seems the hydrogen bomb could well turn out to be a dud. Well, the opposition doubts the Election Commission, but the Supreme Court now wants saboot or evidence. The final list of the 7.42 crore voters in Bihar has already been notified at the completion of S.I.R. The schedule for two-phase polling for Bihar Assembly has been announced. The signal is absolutely clear that the Election Commission is standing firm on its S.I.R exercise that it has conducted in Bihar. With the EC keeping its doors shut, those opposing the exercise were hoping that the Supreme Court will blow that door down and do that quickly. But the Supreme Court, hearing the allegations leveled by the petitioners against S.I.R, the Association of Democratic Reforms or ADR today, did not one but two things today. One, it did not agree with the petitioners' desire for a speedy judicial intervention. The apex court, viewers, instead opted for a measured and proper scrutiny. And that's why it has posted the case for the next hearing. That's going to happen on 9th of October. A detailed hearing will happen on 14th of October. Second, the court today asked the petitioners' lawyers some very, very interesting questions. And this is something that you must pay attention to. Let me elaborate what happened in the courtroom today. During the hearing, Advocate Prashant Bhushan, representing the petitioner, challenged the electoral rules and said that the final voter list, which has over 21 lakh new inclusions and 3.66 lakh exclusions, must be compared with the original voter list of January 2025 prior to the S.I.R exercise. The ECI can do this in a click of a button. That's what he said. Now pay attention to what the court asked. The Supreme Court bench of Justices Suryakant and Joymala Bagchi refused to offer any piecemeal opinion on the exercise. Justice Kant then asked, for who all are the petitioners really doing this? There are aliens who will not come out against their exclusion from the voter list. They will not approach the court. So for whom are you really doing this, Mr. Bhushan? That was the pointed question. Next, Justice Kant said, Mr. Bhushan, where are the aggrieved people? Interestingly, Advocate Rakesh Trivedi, representing the Election Commission of India, said, not a single affected party has complained. The problem is only for NGOs sitting in the national capital. But viewers, it seems the petitioners against the S.I.R exercise seem to be running not just against time, but also judicial convention. Now, petitioners may need to produce evidence that deletions made in electoral rolls are unjustifiable. Those who have been deleted from the rolls need to be visible, not invisible. Armed by ST's observations today, the NDA is claiming vindication. NDA says there is a deliberate attempt by the opposition to mislead the voters on the ground. Listen in to these reactions.
एनजीओ ने क्या सवाल पूछे, क्या नहीं पूछे, ये एनजीओ का विषय हो सकता है। जो राजनीतिक दल है वो पूरी ईमानदारी से बात जानते हैं कि तमाम सारे चुनावी प्रक्रिया में चुनाव आयोग की भूमिका संदिग्ध नजर आ रही है, जिस पे मॉनिटरिंग करना विपक्षी दलों के साथ साथ माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट का भी है।
ये बिना मतलब का बोझा उठा करके दौड़े चलते हैं और जनता को भी परेशान करते हैं, न्यायालय को भी परेशान करते हैं, तमाम सरकारी एजेंसियों को परेशान करते हैं। इनकी कलई खुल चुकी है और सुप्रीम कोर्ट की फटकार ने यह बता दिया है, ये चाहे जितना हंगामा करें, इनका कुछ नहीं होने वाला है।
और राहुल गांधी, तेजस्वी यादव, ये जो जिस ढंग से माहौल क्रिएट करने का कोशिश किया, मुझे तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का ये वर्डिक्ट उनके मुंह पर एक तमाचा है।
So viewers, if the petitioners and deleted persons manage to prove their point, will the ECI face serious questions about the electoral rolls creation? But if the petitioners fail to back their allegations, what impact will it have on the opposition's main campaign plank, in this all-important, as the ECI himself said, mother of all elections, the Bihar Assembly polls? That's what we are going to be discussing this evening on India Upfront, and joining us on the debate are my guests. We have Tuhin Sinha, national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Sujata Pandey, who is a political analyst, Satyaprakash Mishra, leader of the JDU, with me here in the studios, Siddharth Sharma, national spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, Dr. Shyam Kumar, spokesperson of the RJD, Advocate Nikhil Jain, who is a political analyst. Good evening to all of you gentlemen, and Ms. Sujata Pandey. I want to begin with Mr. Nikhil Jain, and I want to ask you what the Supreme Court asked today, because it's a very, very relevant point. Where are the complaints of those whose names have been dropped from the electoral rolls?
So, you started the debate by raising a very pertinent question that raising a very pertinent point that the voters can't be invisible. They have to come out and make their case for themselves. But the Election Commission of India, sadly, and the administration in Bihar is trying its very best to make sure that the voters remain invisible. The Election Commission of India, time and again, is lying in the Supreme Court of India. Let me give you the most recent example, that in the Supreme Court, they've made a statement that they have given the separate list of deleted voters as in the final list that has been published on the 30th of September. They have given the list to the district representatives of the political parties. First of all, why do they have to give it to the district representatives and not the state and why they can't give it to the state representatives? It fails me. It baffles me. Be that as it may, they are lying. I have spoken to at least 3 different district Congress committee presidents, and they have not gotten any separate deleted voters list. One of them has actually even given it an affidavit, and to the best of my knowledge, that was presented before the court in the course of hearings. Fact of the matter is that who is being made invisible? It is the poor voters of Bihar, and this is not a question of caste or community.
That's being asked today, Mr. Nikhil Jain. Going by your logic, one is... One second. Mr. Nikhil Jain, I've heard your point. Are you trying to say that EC has perhaps abducted these people? Because, I am a little amused at the argument that you made in the beginning. You said EC is trying hard to ensure voters remain invisible. I mean, how does that happen, Mr. Satyaprakash Mishra? कैसे आप voters को छुपा सकते हैं? मतलब, we are talking about lakhs of voters here. I mean, not like 2-3 voters here. I'm confused.
It's really very laughable on the face of Congress party that thinks that voters are being hidden by some forces, rightly observed by the Supreme Court that tomorrow aliens will not come to claim the list, that our names have been deleted by the Election Commission. Actually, what happened in the court today? Court was so frustrated, asked so many questions. They failed to prove that in S.I.R process any genuine voter's name have been deleted. It was a fake claim by Rahul Gandhi. It was fake claim by 10 important NGOs, organizations and toolkits of Congress party like Yogendra Yadav. What they wanted to create an image that Election Commission or any constitutional framework or the authority in India is not working as per the constitutional guidelines. That was a fake thing. Why they wanted to do that? Why they created a fuss over it? Why they wanted to come out with so many bombs? I don't believe that any bomb has any dum of Rahul Gandhi. Why? Because they wanted to send a message to their own worker. Congress day by day losing its workers. So wanted to give a message to these workers. नहीं, जनता ने हमें राहुल गांधी को नहीं नकारा है. वोट चोरी हो गया है. So Rahul Gandhi tried to save his own face and hide his own face that he is not being accepted by the voters of India. He has been rejected thrice. So under this condition, may tomorrow his own worker consider him as a big leader. That was the reality. It was a beautiful process since July. When it first time came in the Supreme Court in July, Supreme Court didn't provide any interim relief. Even they never asked for interim relief in the first hearing. That S.I.R should go on as per the constitutional process. It is a special intensive revision. People will be added and definitely deleted if somebody has died or shifted from the place he had been living. Now the thing is that on several hearings, every lawyers of Congress toolkit played very hard to create an image
of the election, fair election, that no, they are deleting the names of genuine voter. Even sometimes they,
voters.
It is a Bihar. I'm coming to last line.
Okay, very quickly.
It is a political state of Bihar. No organization, no one would dare to delete even a single genuine voter. People will be on the street. There is so many BLOs and agents.
Shyam Kumar, we live in a country जहां पर अगर राशन कार्ड से भी नाम कट जाए तो हल्ला हो जाता है. So I want to ask you, I mean, how is it possible that EC is trying hard, as Advocate Nikhil Jain mentioned, to ensure voters remain invisible? कहाँ हैं ये सारे वोटर्स जिनके नाम डिलीट कर दिए गए हैं, जो बिल्कुल हल्ला नहीं कर रहे हैं? I am little confused here because even the Supreme Court has raised this point today. So आप मुझे बताइए what is happening?
Actually, if you take on all the matter today in the court, honorable court, then you will come to know that court has taken on this note on the question of the accountability and transparency of the Election Commission of India, that how these people, 3.66 lakh people, name have been deleted without notification. They are talking about the constitutional process. Where is the process? Where is the democratic process? These two people from the JDU and BJP have become the...
Mr. Shyam Kumar,
I just
very rightly you made a point, but my question you haven't answered. Where are these complainants? Where are these people whose names have been deleted?
Yeah, I'm going to answer you. No, I'll tell you. I just give me a second. Actually, we always raise the concern about timing and intention of S.I.R. We never oppose S.I.R. These people, might have gone to the other state. They will return to Bihar in, November, maybe during the festival, during this election. Many people will come. They will find in the
you are not updated.
Their name will be deleted.
I must tell you.
No. So all these, what happened? So
Election Commission openly stated in Supreme Court.
Once again.
No, you are not updated.
Let me conclude.
You are misleading.
Let me conclude.
Let me conclude.
Okay. Yes, Dr. Shyam Kumar. Dr. Shyam Kumar, yes.
अच्छा श्याम जी बोल दीजिए.
See, मैं एक बात बड़ा क्लियर कर दूं. If our battle is in a vacuum, then why consecutive date in the Supreme Court? On the 9th there is a date. On the 14th there is a date. That means there is a merit in the case. Our battle is not vacuum. Please try to understand. We are
despite the Supreme Court today asking a pointed question, has any one of 3.66 lakh who have been excluded and apparently not got notice come forward with any complaint? We have people from the opposition saying that the Supreme Court is seeing merit in our case, in our arguments. That's why another date has been given. How will you like to respond? Because they are still seeing the glass half full.
Good evening, Heena. No, they are not seeing it half full. They are living in delusion. They are living in hallucination. They don't want to face the truth. The most categorical statement of Honorable Supreme Court today was that S.I.R is the prerogative of Election Commission, and giving unnecessary directives amounts to interference. I think they should read the message. They should stop being in denial. And this is not the first time. Over the last 3 months, the Congress ecosystem in ADR in the court have faced a series of setbacks. Right at the start, it was not stayed. Then one day, very specifically, Supreme Court had probed the role of Congress BLAs. The Congress BLAs have been spreading all kinds of misconceptions, manufacturing fake stories like Ranju Devi, Minta Devi, and have been misleading the voters. But I think even the Congress MLAs have got exasperated, they are frustrated, and they don't want to cooperate with Rahul Gandhi's falsehood. That is the reason why in the last 30 days, not a single formal complaint was filed by any of the Congress BLAs. Now the main point, why is Congress still continuing to spread this falsehood? It's a battle of survival for Congress party because, Rahul Gandhi knows, even Rahul Gandhi knows that the entire thing is false. He wanted to use it as a bargaining tool with the RJD and bargain for maximum seats. And now that he knows that the entire propaganda stands decimated, he knows that RJD will not offer them more than 50 seats, and that is why he continues to remain in, in some isolated place where we can't find him.
Okay.
So this is the truth. It's game over for RJD and Congress party in Bihar after today's hearing.
Okay. Is it game over for RJD and Congress in Bihar after today's hearing in the Supreme Court? I'll get Dr. Shyam Kumar and Advocate Nikhil Jain to respond to this pointed question that you've raised. But before that, let me go across to Siddharth Sharma as well. Siddharth Sharma, I want to ask you, because I tried asking other parties, other political parties here, I couldn't get an answer. Because the Supreme Court has also asked today, where are the complaints by the people whose names have been deleted? Why are they silent? And if there are people whose names have been deleted, why are these, parties not taking those people to the Supreme Court? Take at least 100 of them at least?
Yeah, very critical point, Heena, but if I answer that, you'll eat away all my footage, so you'll not leave me to talk for more. So I'll start
I'm giving you all the time to respond. आप बताइए, आपके पास जवाब है, क्योंकि आज जनता सिर्फ यही जानना चाहती है, ये जो वोट चोरी, लेगेसी चोरी, चोरी का जो ये पूरा कैंपेन बन गया है ना, आप सब आज यही जानना चाहते हैं कि भाई जिनकी चोरी हो रही है वो है कहाँ पे, क्योंकि ना तो वो कंप्लेंट लिखाने जा रहे हैं, ना वो किसी को नजर आ रहे हैं. सो आई एम गिविंग यू टाइम. आपके पास इसका जवाब है तो प्लीज बताइए, जनता जानना चाहती है आज.
हाँ, मैं जवाब देता हूं, लेकिन आई वाज जस्ट, माय इनिशियल स्टेटमेंट वाज आउट ऑफ ह्यूमर, नथिंग एल्स. Now, since the Congress top leadership doesn't seem to be in India, I don't know how they will drop that H-bomb. Remotely intercontinental ballistic missile fired from somewhere from South America, I don't know. Now, even well before the Election Commission announced elections yesterday, Aam Aadmi Party was the first to declare its list of candidates for Bihar. And there are eminent people like gynecologists, army veterans, railway union leaders and social workers. Now, coming to the critical point of S.I.R issue. Since it is still sub judice in the Supreme Court, rather than substituting our wisdom with that of the judiciary, like the BJP ecosystem does while hurling abuses on judiciary like they did yesterday, suffice to bring it to the notice of all that if the population of India is increasing, how come number of Bihar voters got decreased first this year February in Delhi and now in Bihar the same thing? That too when the Election Commission has not yet shown one single infiltrator as deleted. Now what is happening is, to come to your, to answer your question, that is the exact point that the Supreme Court took up today. It asks the Election Commission that according to their data of 3.66 lakh voters deleted, it has asked the Election Commission to come out with those names in the next 2 days, that is in the next hearing by 9th. They want the Election Commission to give those names, the details of those 3.66 lakh deleted voters. Now, since this matter is sub judice, neither this way nor that way the Supreme Court has given any judgment. So I'd like to keep my counsel to myself. I'd not like to substitute my wisdom for the judiciary. Okay. And wait for the final verdict. Okay. But suffice to say that BJP indulges in these kind of things. It has indulged it in Delhi. It is indulging it in Bihar. The simple question here to answer for anybody to mull through, times now viewers are intelligent enough that if the population of India is increasing, how come the Bihar voter is decreasing? It's as simple as that.
Pandey, I will just like to say, hydrogen bomb तो आज गिर ही चुका है. देखना तो ये पड़ेगा कि कितना बड़ा धमाका होगा और किस पर इम्पैक्ट होगा.
ये धमाका तो हो चुका है ना. I mean, your entire show is based on the dhamaka only because there's only smoke, no fire. But few things are very clear, Heena, from whatever has happened in Supreme Court today. First, there is no vote chori has happened. The only thing which is being stolen today is perhaps the opposition's credibility. Today, it is shown that the data has won and drama has died. And anything which is in danger is not democracy, but it's the opposition's future in Bihar. And also their credibility. Also, somebody was defending Rahul Gandhi from RJD, some spokesperson were defending. have to tell him that if Rahul Gandhi has dented anyone by picking up this S.I.R issue, it is Tejasvi Yadav the most. Because earlier, if you see, before Rahul Gandhi took up this S.I.R drama, just to make sure that his party gets some extra seat from the RJD, Tejasvi Yadav was picking up the right issues of Bihar. He was talking about employment, law and order issues, things like that, the migration and all of that, which was getting traction. This was also getting reflected in his ratings as a chief minister, real choice of people. Now, as Rahul Gandhi speeded up the S.I.R narrative, Tejasvi Yadav's rating went on down, and now it's reached to a point that he is now equating with other partners. So what does it show? It shows that the Rahul Gandhi's entire narrative of S.I.R has neither won in the court nor in the hearts of people, because it looks like that nobody is ready to buy a narrative which Rahul Gandhi itself is not here to back here. He is sitting somewhere in the foreign land, whereas the people, his NGO funded, the Congress ecosystem, this car market gang is fighting in the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court has done a surgical strike with just one line.
Okay.
क्या alien आएंगे, उनको लेके आइए जिनका वोट चोरी हुआ है.
Okay.
You remember Ranju Devi, Rahul Gandhi with so much of fanfare said Ranju Devi का वोट चोरी हुआ है. Ranju Devi went on the next day, gave 1,000 galis to Rahul Gandhi, said that he's playing with my entire reputation in the
Nikhil
society.
Jain.
My vote is intact.
That's
So
an
if
interesting point Sujata has made.
They
Nikhil
say
Jain, please
proof of
respond.
the that they put-
Okay, Sujata, we got your point. Yes.
Heena, since this election, the buzzword of this election is affidavit, and the Congress party, whenever it makes any allegation,
Chori.
whenever it files
It's
in any
chori.
complaint, there are stuff. No, vote chori is certainly a word. Vote chori is certainly a word, but the second buzzword, let me put it that way, the second buzzword is an affidavit, that when Rahul Gandhi puts out these allegations with so much proofs about vote chori in Mahadevpura, in the Bangalore Central Lok Sabha constituency, the election commissioners asked him for an affidavit. Now, when they say that not a single complaint has been filed,
But
not
now,
a single legitimate
Nikhil,
voter has
these
been
questions
deleted.
have not
Let
come from
them
Election
put some
Commission.
affidavit.
These
Let the
questions
chief
have come from the
executive
Supreme Court.
Let the CEO of Bihar put it on affidavit. Yes, and the Supreme Court probably is not looking at the fact that just
And
a
by
month
the way,
ago-
Supreme
come
Court has
on.
not asked the EC
Come on,
to come
come
up
on.
with an affidavit. Supreme
Nikhil,
Court has
please,
asked the
people will laugh on
petitioners
you.
about
Save
the
your face.
complaints. Nikhil Jain.
No, Heena, did Yogendra Yadav not present deleted voters in the Supreme Court? Voters who were deleted as having died, were they not present in court? And what did Mr. Dwivedi, the Council for Election Commission of India, say? Arey, don't do this drama in court. What is this drama? So the moment you present some individuals whose names have been wrongly struck off, the Election Commission in court says, drama mat karo. Election Commission in court says, humne sabko list de di.
I think you are trying to mislead the viewers right now.
you are misleading.
You are trying to mislead the viewers right now, because something very specific happened in the courtroom today. Some very, very pertinent questions were raised by the Supreme Court of the petitioners also.
No,
by
I
the
tell
way,
you what happened.
okay.
No,
Satya Prakash
Justice
Mishra wants
can't-
to come in. Yes.
Justice can't explicitly, openly ask Mr. Bhushan when you can present. Oh, I can present 100 and 200 any time. This was the situation in the court. Tomorrow, alien will not come to claim these. This was told by Khan. So, they are misleading since this case came in the Supreme Court. Every time they are playing a gimmick. Why? Because they have no real issue to contest. The government is functioning well in Bihar. The government has proved on proved record that they are developing the state at the rate of 14.5% growth rate. So why? Even Tejasvi Yadav forget to raise this issue, vote chori. He started campaigning on different platform. Now Nikhil Jain and Congress, if in both hands are in globe, that I don't understand.
Okay.
But last thing, Supreme Court even today very irritated on the arguments of Mr. Bhushan. Even Yogendra Yadav was not allowed to speak, because why? He was represented by a lawyer, so lawyer need to speak in the court. Supreme Court, first time and second time, I think Yadav was allowed by the Supreme Court. Why the court is not listening to them? Even court giving them fair chance, come and prove. They are failing to prove where the vote chori, where the vote deletion. Even Supreme Court went on to say last time that okay, go. and paste all, give all list of deleted voters to every BLOs, every offices of election, offices of, small election offices. But even they are not satisfied.
Okay.
Why? Because they want to divert the attention of the voter from the real core issues, and they want to save their face.
But Dr. Shyam Kumar, we are not seeing Congress party anywhere. No claims, no objections filed by the Congress party. Why is Rahul Gandhi himself not going to the court here, not ready to sign an affidavit? I mean, is this then not an attempt to just mislead the voters, to create this smoke screen, just to save the party as being alleged by NDA and its allies?
Nothing like that, I tell you. Go into the merit of the case.
Supreme Court in you have given me that argument of merit. Now let's move ahead.
Every single date. I'm moving ahead. In every single date, you see that the Supreme Court has taken all positive note. We were fighting, for example, inclusion of Aadhaar card. Was it easy? That BJP and JDU, people were the spokesperson of this ECI. How difficult for us to fight such a big battle. So even in the 9th October, the urgent date, then it will be here. So it is nothing like that. Let's see. Where is the notice?
Voter ID
card is transparency, accountability.
Okay.
Where is the accountability? My esteemed friend. Satprakash, where is the accountability? My dear friend, please, one point.
एक छोटा सवाल है.
And one point.
एक छोटा सवाल है. बहुत छोटा.
सवाल सुनिए.
क्या आपकी पार्टी वोटर आईडी कार्ड के विरोध में इलेक्शन कमीशन और सुप्रीम कोर्ट हाई कोर्ट गई थी कि नहीं? बता दीजिए आज. आपकी पार्टी विरोध में गई थी ना वोटर आईडी कार्ड के खिलाफ 95 के चुनाव में? याद आया कुछ? आप बताइए हमें कि इलेक्शन कमीशन कैसे फेयर काम करेगा? देखिए श्याम मित्र, आप एक पढ़े लिखे व्यक्ति हैं, आरजेडी को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, मुझे उससे आपत्ति नहीं है.
Okay.
लेकिन कम से कम तर्क का तर्क नहीं
Siddharth Sharma wants to respond, then Tuhin Sinha. Siddharth Sharma, court clearly is giving dates now. The merit of the case is being, talked about again and again. Of course, that's the wisdom of the court. It doesn't reflect the merit of the petition clearly, because we also have to look at the questions, pointed questions that were raised by the Supreme Court today.
4 months gone.
I think what has happened in the Supreme Court is that BJP has been stealing elections was known to the entire world when its own appointed Chandigarh election officer stood in front of the Supreme Court with a folded hand and said that yes, I'm stealing elections. The same modus operandi was launched by BJP in Delhi too. 40,000 voters got deleted in New Delhi constituency. If on election, what these people, what these people are not understanding is that the Supreme Court has been extremely patient. It was the job of Supreme Court to put certain checks and balances in place, and the Supreme Court has done that. But these people are on a crazy trip. They want Supreme Court to echo their words, but why will Supreme Court echo their words when that is absolutely not the case? Rahul Gandhi's last press conference on 18th September on vote Chori was such a huge embarrassment that within 3 to 4 hours he had to fact check himself. He had to make a fresh tweet which was completely contrary to the tweet that he had made in the morning, and he, because the facts of the case were completely different. And finally, one important thing, these people don't know that Bihar is a land of sanskar, it is a land of sanskriti. Just by abusing somebody, by calling somebody chor without any evidence, by abusing Prime Minister's mother, they don't realize that they are only antagonizing the voters of Bihar. The voters of Bihar will punish them in a way that they will not be visible in Bihar for the next 2 decades. This is something they are not understanding at all. Because they don't understand the psyche of Bihar.
I want to also now quickly go across to all of you, and one question I have for each one of you, because we have very little time left on the debate. Questions on the credibility of the Election Commission have been raised by the opposition, repeatedly ahead of Bihar elections. Timing, of course, is very, very important. Some very important observations came from the Supreme Court today. Manikam Tagore, in fact, had recently said if EC will be fair, then INDIA will form the government. So I want to ask each one of you, even today, opposition is claiming vote chori by EC on behalf of the BJP. So if INDIA comes to power, if it manages to comes to power in Bihar on 14th of November, Advocate Nikhil Jain, will you still say a vote chori ho rahi thi?
Heena, let's remember what Akhilesh Yadav said on the floor of the parliament after his party secured the largest number of seats in the Lok Sabha elections in 2024. He said that I am not going to stop questioning the election commission even if I win all 80 seats.
Okay.
Fact of the matter is that no vote chori is an absolute complete vote chori.
You will
even
not give any proof, Dr. Shyam Kumar, of the vote chori that is happening, but this charge is going to continue. Dr. Shyam Kumar.
See, one thing is very clear, whatever the transparency is coming, it is our effort and a struggle. Number 1 point. Second point, we will not allow constitutional body to become a political body. This is our struggle, this is our effort, and we will work for the larger vision of democracy.
Okay. Now, Tuhin Sinha and Sujata Pandey, EC also has been asked some questions, so nobody is totally off the hook.
No, and that shows how robust a democracy we are. Like I said, it was the job of Supreme Court to put certain checks and balances in place. But even after that, when they make wild accusations against the Election Commission, they are not only making wild accusations against the Election Commission, these people are also casting aspersions on Supreme Court. And that is why they will keep losing. And I'm telling you over here, when the result comes on 14th November, you will see how these people are punished for their wild and, false propaganda.
Sujata Pandey.
Okay, Heena, so when the first draft roll came, it was 65 lakhs odd, some voters who were out of the voter list. The opposition cried huge and the democracy is in danger, इतने लोगों का वोट काट दिया है, अभी ये मोदी की EC है, etc. But at the end when the EC said that ये बस draft roll है, उसके बाद हम correction करेंगे, EC did that, and then only 3.66 lakh voters are now out of the list, and EC has reasons that why are these voters out of the voter list. They are either duplicate voters, they are either the voters who do not have the right document, or they are voters registered at two different states. So now I think the data has won, Heena, and drama has died. The truth is out, and so is the entire agenda of comparing India to Bangladesh or replicating Nepal here has fallen flat. The Gen Zs, if you look at the recent surveys, which were like opinion polls which were going on, looks like the Gen Z also is not getting into this opposition propaganda narrative. They really know कि public है, सब जानती है अंदर क्या है, बाहर क्या है, वो सबको पहचानती है, और इसमें opposition की पूरी वो खाल निकल के बाहर आ गई है.
Okay. सत्यप्रकाश मिश्रा, closing comments.
राहुल गांधी जी को लगातार हार ने इतना हताश कर दिया कि मुझे उनसे ये उम्मीद नहीं थी कि विपक्ष का नेता इस तरह के घटिया आरोप पर उतरेगा. उनको सद्बुद्धि मिले. मैं यही चाहूंगा कि लोकतंत्र की बारे में वो दुनिया में घूम कर बदनाम कर रहे हैं भारत माता को. भारत मां को बहुत तकलीफ होती है इस बात से. हमारे देश की लोकतंत्र की जड़ें गहरी हैं, सुप्रीम कोर्ट है, इलेक्शन कमीशन है, और इस देश में कभी भी इस तरह का माहौल नहीं बन सकता कि इलेक्शन कमीशन वोट चोरी कराएगा और किसी का वोटर लिस्ट से नाम डिलीट करेगा.
Well, I don't know what is the reality,
truth will prevail
but
always
it is
in democracy.
important to pay attention to what happened in the Supreme Court today. Some very, very relevant questions were asked, viewers. Now we will have to wait and see what happens during the next hearing. Will the petitioners against the S.I.R exercise claiming vote chori actually bring those voters whose names have been deleted deliberately as being claimed by the opposition? Of course, we'll have to wait and see. Thank you very much, all of you, for joining us here on this debate.